I had the last episode open in another tab, and I started replying to what people were saying. In
Oh,
the episode.
weird. It's like going down a crazy tunnel. How are you? Welcome.
Yeah, it was pretty insane.
Are we live?
We're live. We're good to go. Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. We're wasting everyone's time. Hi. What else is new?
That's what we do for the next hour anyways.
That is pretty much what we do. That's our whole deal here on the Dragonball Jug podcast. I just posted this to my extremely hot and wildly relevant Twitter account.
Oh, yeah?
So now I can pretty much promise that we're gonna do Spider-Man numbers here. They don't say Spider-Man numbers anymore. They say Iron Man numbers. But Iron Man is now beaten with. Is it Star Wars numbers now?
Yeah. Yep. It is.
And one has to assume that eventually it will be Chappie 2 numbers.
At any point, are they counting inflation into any of these, or is it just?
You think they would, right?
I remember we did a project in my economics class, and the number one grossing film, if you adjust for inflation, was like The Sound of Music or something like that.
Oh, really?
I watched that movie a lot when I was a young boy.
In the theaters?
No, not in the theaters. On VHS, that and like bed knobs and broomsticks.
It was a good time.
Oh yeah.
Is it even practically viable from like a studio perspective to actually count ticket quantities as opposed to revenue?
If you're talking film economics, is not something I have no idea.
This is one of you guys is a film economics professor, right?
That's
I worked at a movie theater for 3 years.
Oh, so you're an expert. Okay.
I was an expert projectionist.
Oh,
Oh,
excellent.
cool. Did you ever splice in nudies into your movies?
No, we pre-spliced all of our movies, so we just play on one giant reel, so we didn't have to manually change everything. Because we had 20 projectors.
Oh, smart.
Damn, son.
What's your coolest story from the movie, from the theater, like behind?
Yeah,
us?
how many celebs did you meet?
What's Leo like in person?
We had a dude come in from like CNN to like do a show. I don't remember who it was.
Fantastic.
But we had like the whole theater was like top of the line staff. Like everything had to be perfect, and they were panicking about it. The best story I have is you remember Kinsey?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I walked into it like we had to do like periodic theater checks to make sure like the sound is okay, the picture's okay, all that shit. And I walked in and there was a dude like laying sideways on one of those like fat people seats, just jerking it by himself
Yes!
in the theater.
Oh, shit.
It was
Yeah.
the most
People are
awesome thing.
awesome.
Yeah.
You kind of have to like pretend like you didn't see it and then just keep walking and be like, hey, listen, there's a dude in there jerking it. Don't go in there.
There would
You
be
know,
so many moments before I got to actually the action of jerking off in a public theater that would like make me stop and not jerk off in a public theater. And I love that there are people who just blow through all those warning signs.
Yeah.
We had one time when our projectionist called down because there's the projectionist booth. Like you could look through the window and see the theater, and it was in Winnie the Pooh Heffalump. Like over the walkie, they were like, "Hey, there's a girl like jerking off a guy in there. Like, does someone want to go in and like?"
To Winnie the Pooh?
There are families in there, like children.
Well, yeah.
But there's
my
like
God.
a couple in the back, like going at it.
Heffalumps and woozles get them hot, I guess.
Yeah, how often would you say people pulled the popcorn trick in your movie theater?
I never came across any popcorn.
For those fans
tubs
at
that were
home,
cut out.
those fans at home, the younger folks who maybe haven't had the experience of doing the
Separators
classic
kids.
popcorn trick here. Allow me to explain what the popcorn trick is. So it is the classic experience, wherein you take a large box of popcorn, right? You cut a hole in the bottom of the box. You then stick your erect penis into the popcorn. And presumably, while surrounded by very hot popcorn, your penis stays erect. Your partner, be they a man or a woman, it is the year 2016, will then proceed to eat the popcorn, be surprised by the penis there, but not so surprised that they don't then apply a hand job to the penis. This is the popcorn trick, and it is a staple of all movie-going experiences.
Well, how come people aren't worried about getting a whole bunch of butter all over their stuff?
Very good
I
question.
think that's the first obstacle for me when it comes to the popcorn trick, and I don't think the handy is
gonna
worth
say-
getting covered in.
I think the first
clear butter.
obstacle was like just the action of like getting your dick in the popcorn without people knowing what you're doing, especially the person sitting next to you.
It's pretty dark.
Yeah,
and moody.
that's where the impossibility of the entire thing begins.
Well, how
It is not where the
full is this
impossibility of the
theater?
conceit ends.
There are a lot
But
of
it is where it
variables.
starts.
So Dragon Ball.
Anyway,
So
Dragon
an
Ball.
exclusive. We discussed Dragon Ball Z exclusively on this podcast.
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely nothing about movie. Wait, I do have one more thing about the movie theater. Gray Fox, I don't want to alarm you, but I do want to make you aware that your story about the CNN guys going there and how all the execs were there, that is the exact plot of Inglorious Bastards. And I think I think maybe you confused the movie.
It didn't end the same way.
It did not end the same way.
You guys
but,
didn't
know,
kill Hitler?
No, nobody died in this
Yep.
in this experience.
Specifically,
Few things
not
in
Hitler.
life are as violent or as racist as your given Tarantino film. But one thing that comes close is Dragon Ball.
On that note, welcome. It's good to be
That's
back.
an excellent
Transition.
We had a month break between last one and the previous one, so good on us for getting it back to a weekly basis. That's good.
Yep. I'm sure our Legion fans will be very pleased by this. And all of our enemies will be deeply disturbed and horrified.
It is statistically proven at this point now that we have hundreds of viewers.
Yeah, that's exactly how the internet works.
I don't know if I'm proud or ashamed of that fact, by the way.
Just consider the fact that you have a lot of great inputs on late 80s cartoons. Specifically ones that are highly problematic and very, very fun.
Jesus Christ, this reminds me. I haven't even updated my LinkedIn on about this yet.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
How are my employers going to know about all my opinions about Goku and his horniness?
That's true. Is
I
there any
need
way to
them
link this back to your real life? Oh my god, that would be
dear employers.
Yeah.
As you may or may not be aware, I spend at least 1 hour a week talking about Dragon Ball. But as if that wasn't bad enough, my obsession with it is the relative levels of horniness of the various characters on the show. With that in mind, I think we should get right into this week's episode. But first, let's do a little bridge talk here. Last week's episode was jam-packed with good stuff. Bandit hideouts. We had probably the best fight of the series so far. I think that's safe to say.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yep, we had fists that
The
were
only one
akin to
between
wolves.
people, I think, so far.
Yeah. Oh, that's another good thing. Everything else was Goku beating the shit out of lesser beasts.
Yeah, pretty much.
And now that he's fighting an actual human, we got ourselves a fight.
Well, would you consider a talking dinosaur to be a lesser beast? Because he's encountered a couple of those, and that sounds like the total package,
So, I understand what you mean in the sense that they are able to... this is a creature who's able to process complex thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
On the other hand, if you don't have an opposable thumb, you can get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you ain't shit.
It's a huge disadvantage.
All right? You ain't building any fucking
I have a
tools.
wine glass, and you can see the monitors on the wine glass.
Oh, nice. Yes.
I was gonna comment on it. Is that your attempt to class up the
Oh,
raunchiness
yeah,
of this
Just having
episode?
class it. Look at the size of this glass of wine. If I was going to try to class it up, I would get a wine glass of a normal size. Like, this is...
How many
You also
monitors
have a
do you
lot of
have?
space in
3?
there. You can put that baby up to the top.
I have 3 monitors, to
Yeah.
answer your question. And, yeah, this is a... that is, like, that's not a burgundy glass, you know what I mean? I don't know what this is, but this is not a accepted...
Yeah,
it's doing the
that's
job.
like one of those like novelty ones where the glass is like this big, and it's like I only have one a night.
Yeah, right? Absolutely. It's like
Yeah.
all the way up. Yeah, it doesn't say that, but the sentiment is certainly there. So we're here. This is episode 6 of Dragon Ball Jug, which coincides with episode 6 of Dragon Ball. Now, last week,
getting naked on
Stuntman
episode
suggested that we begin the episode by saying the names of the episodes in both the English version and the Japanese version. I don't know either, so I would love to hear them.
Yep,
All
Stuntman.
right. So the English title to episode 6 is "Keep an Eye on the Dragon Balls."
Okay.
That's a horrible,
So-
horrible title.
Mm-hmm. Sounds
Well, that
euphemistic.
gives
Okay.
Gives you a little bit of a taste for what's to come. Now the Japanese title is completely different. It's called Midnight Callers.
Okay.
It's much more relevant than the,
Midnight
than the
Callers.
American
Midnight
one.
Callers.
Who could it be?
They
Both
call
of
us.
these-
They call us sex hotline in this episode.
No, hold on.
Right.
Do
That
the
certainly
plot
wouldn't have made it
points?
any worse.
Do the plot points differ over the American and the Japanese translation, or is it just
No.
the Japanese people are just much more clever with their titles, or at least
Well,
they want to spice it up more?
I would like to
Uh,
see the Toonami version of this because there are a lot of things that would have to be removed to put this on television, especially
Oh
for
my God,
children.
I'm
Yeah,
so
you guys were
excited.
saying that, and I remember last week, you and the three of you, basically everybody but Jugdish and myself, were like looking forward to this episode because you were aware of events that I don't remember. Like, I honestly don't know what's
I don't
going on.
remember either.
At this point, like from last episode, after we meet Yamcha, the only thing I remember is like they run into the Ox King soon enough. So I don't really know.
Oh, you're missing the beginning.
Yeah.
I think this is the entire episode.
Yeah, there's an episode in between, so
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Well, I'm really hoping that it was just entirely cut out from American audiences because I think you would kind of
None
have
of us
to.
have experienced
Is it that
then
bad?
It's gonna be really exciting.
It's really bad.
Oh, great! I
Here's-
can't wait. So let's
know-
what happens at the beginning?
Well, hold on. I want to talk about the title for a second.
Yeah, good call.
Sure.
I want to talk about one of the things that we've been doing is we've been pointing out some of the many superiorities that the Japanese version has. This is embarrassingly on character point for any nerd to prefer the Japanese version. But let's just say we've got two titles here. One of them is what is it? Keep an eye on the Dragon Balls, which is
Yeah,
like
it seems very vague.
it's
and just-
euphemistic in like a Jeff Foxworthy way. Like we're like really kind of crude, poorly thought out humor. But then you've got Midnight Callers, which is euphemistic in like a Phil Collins way. Where like it's not classy, but like it's kind of like what people might think classy is if like like
Poor Phil Collins.
Drinking a $9 bottle of wine is a fancy night.
Hey, this is a $16 bottle of wine.
Well,
son of a
that's
bitch.
why. See, so we can talk down on those people.
Yeah.
Peasants. Yours is more expensive, and it's really life is all about talking down to people. So
As we
I'm going
learned
to
last
say
week.
my review on this one is I'm going to have to go with the American version. It is more, and here's why. It is more in keeping with the crude and almost obscenely lowbrow standard that the
Okay.
show has set for us.
That's a good argument. At
Okay,
first, I was
so
like, "How are you gonna
Phil
say no to
Collins-
Midnight Callers?"
You have no place in the Dragon Ball animated series.
But Midnight Callers is saucy.
Midnight Callers. I'm naming my next album Midnight Callers.
Yeah, you're just sitting on top of a black T-bird wearing a white
Yep.
suit.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah, and I've got like a white guitar,
Like a
and I'm like
light
shredding
blue
on it.
ascot.
Yeah,
Right?
definitely, yeah. And my legs are crossed and like a hot lady walks by, and I like lower my sunglasses, which I'm wearing at night. Yeah, that's
Whoa.
pretty much. So we're casting this already. I'm
This is
loving
good.
it.
All right.
Yep. I've got a synth player named Lance.
It's always Lance.
Yeah, definitely Lance. So I think we can get started now.
So where do we leave off at the end? Was when Bulma appears and Yamcha, Bruce did the pantomime, like the
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
he loses
It's like
it, and then
frozen
they
in
bail,
minute,
and that's like the end, right?
which is a wonderful trope.
And had that not happened, Yamcha was in the process. He was about to take Goku out because Goku was hungry and he
Oh,
couldn't
yeah.
fight.
Oh
Damn.
yeah, he had a lot of angry energy. He had a lot of rage. He was pointing it at Goku. It was in the shape of a fox somehow. No, not a fox, a wolf.
Wolf, yeah.
He was
Lupine for sure.
It was Lupine. We had ourselves a wolfy type of aggression headed towards him, and Goku was in trouble until all of a sudden a hot babe showed up, whose intelligence dwarfs everyone else on this planet. And all she wants is a boyfriend, and she scares the hell out of the one viable man that she's seen so far.
Yeah, that's about it. So where are we now? So what happens at the beginning?
No, she really dug that Vincent Price dude earlier.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's true. And how could she not? You know, if there's one thing that I've learned from just being alive here on planet Earth, it is that all women wish they were fucking Vincent Price.
It's true. I grew up.
Yeah.
I have multiple sisters and my mom.
Yeah.
And stuff. That's all they would
It's
talk
like there's
about.
certain things you can depend on, you know? There's taxes, the price of stamps increasing gradually, and women wanting to suck Vincent Price's dick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, let's talk a little bit more about this week's episode. How does this open up? Where are we now? Are we back with Yamcha, or are we hanging out in the Goku Bulma side of the world?
We're hanging out with Goku and friends out in the middle of the desert. And it starts off with everybody just lounging around the inside of this double-decker bus.
Where the
hell did a bus come
what?
from?
They didn't have a bus?
It's Oolong's Dino Cap camper that they spend the night in.
Oh, cool. So this is like an Airbnb thing, when like you rent the Airstream and everyone's like, how fun. It's like we're in an old camper.
Haven't
this
they
is
been
what it's been like in the 50s?
Haven't they been rolling with this dude in a while? Where did this thing come from?
Yeah, it's just kind of shows up. I mean, the episode starts off with them saying, how come you haven't, let us know? Why did you wait till now to let us know? And he says, well, it's a quote-unquote special occasion. So now he's got this fridge, and this thing is fully like packed.
Well,
he's got
can't argue with that.
They're roasting like a turkey.
What? Weren't they like starving a couple days ago? This is crazy. This is blowing my mind. They were like searching for shelter, were they not? Or maybe I'm adding.
I think it checks out. One, Oolong's
How dare you question the logic of this show?
Yeah. Oolong's a true goofball, and he would definitely hide this just to mess with people. That's just the kind of cut-up character he is, who would never commit sexual assault.
Oh god.
That much I'm confident about.
Oh boy.
You might change your mind in like
so
10
here
minutes.
they are. They're finally getting their food.
And they're on a bus. They're on a double-decker bus, you say.
Yeah, it's like one of those campers that you would bring like in the Goofy movie where they go out and that other family has that fancy camper. It's like that.
Excellent alternate cartoon universe reference. I'm enjoying it.
All right,
remember that kid eats all the cheese whiz in that movie?
By the way.
Gross.
I think that when the Goofy movie came out, literally everyone in our age group saw it. I then think for the following 13-ish years, literally everyone forgot that they saw the Goofy movie.
Yeah. I don't know much about it.
Some sort of like psychological event happened in the past 2 years where simultaneously everyone remembered that they saw the Goofy movie and that they remembered everything that happened in the Goofy movie.
I didn't remember.
A couple
it.
years
You
ago,
just
they
mentioned it
showed
just now.
Right? And now you remember the whole
years
Goofy
ago,
movie.
I just remember a Leaning Tower of Cheesa.
Yeah, that's the part I remember too. The Leaning Tower of Cheesa.
A couple of years ago, someone like redid the first like handful of minutes, like live action, like recreated it. Maybe that's what stirred up the
Maybe
those
that's what it
memories.
is. It was like a dark summoning ritual, and like all of a sudden, like the ancient forbidden memories were unlocked.
I remember having like confused sexual attractive feelings to like the girl dog.
Oh,
Like, she's like a human form. You know what I'm talking about?
In a Goofy movie.
It's like the kid's girlfriend. I don't want to get into it. No.
So I didn't know who
you're
Pauly
getting
Shore
into
was. I didn't know who Pauly Shore
I would
was
say
back
it
then.
sounds like you
Was
do
that
want to
Pauly
get
Shore?
into it.
Pauly Shore is.
Oh, dude, she is cute. Holy shit.
I don't know if it was based. It looked like it was based on him. I don't know if he actually provided.
I
the
thought it
voice.
was like a. It was like a poor man's Pauly Shore. I thought it was somebody doing like a Pauly Shore impression. The idea that exists.
You know,
is
it's
great.
whenever they
That chick looks a lot like the girl from Space Jam.
Yeah, that's another one. That's another one. You're like, oh, this is weird.
And Chippendale's Rescue Rangers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
another one.
The girl mouse.
Yeah.
Because
world.
they all have this like huge voluptuous hair.
Yeah,
I
it's the
swear
hair
it
in
like
the
connects
eyes,
to
the
some
big
sort of like
eyelashes.
animal brain, and it's just like, guess what? You're into girls because they have huge hair.
And they gave her the old Cindy Crawford mole, which was super popular.
Yeah, very
in the
90s.
That was. Yep.
Okay, so they're in a bus somehow.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But it's
Why?
good that we're not old and creepy.
Are they driving? Yeah, right. Crazy. Are they driving? So they're driving the bus. They're still in the desert.
No. They're just hanging out and crashing there for the night.
There's
So
a big
they're,
desert, huh?
Yeah,
They
man.
could be driving the bus around in the middle of the night, but yeah, they're just, they're waiting to be ambushed again.
Yeah. They've got a bus though, and buses are impenetrable. So
So the buses. So they're not because they're eating. They're eating on the bus. And then
Yeah.
Well, first, I think Bulma goes to take a shower,
Yeah.
and she starts looking around for peepholes because it's Oolong's camper.
not her
Yeah,
first
and,
rodeo.
okay. Well, that's
And then
just
she-
each one.
she calls him a little perv, and he has like an inner monologue, and he says, "I'll let you win the battle, but I'm gonna win the war," which is his immediate response to calling him a perv and accusing him of
what's
in the
up
shower.
That's
So he does a lot of inner monologuing in this episode, and it's not that it's a little different in Japanese.
Oh, I can't wait. Because you said in Japanese he has like a young boy's voice, correct?
Oh yeah.
He's got a crusty old man's voice. Yeah.
So what he says is, she accuses him of putting peepholes in there, and he laughs and kind of rubs his mitts together and says, "I would never." I forgot how he says it. I would never.
First of all, you should definitely trust somebody if, when they're responding to you, they start doing this.
Yes.
It's like, this, of course, the rub of
His hands are
trustworthiness. Yeah.
He says, "I would never violate you so indirectly."
What?
Only
he just
directly.
literally threatens her.
Well, that's his inner monologue. Yeah.
Guys,
Wait,
I'm starting to think that maybe I was off when I suggested that you wouldn't.
Can you
maybe
repeat that, please?
Can you be the best guy?
Can you repeat
We need
that?
someone call Bruce.
Yeah, see?
See what he's doing.
No, I don't think Bruce said anything in against Too Long last time. And since he's not here to correct me, I'm going to just assume that I'm right about that.
Can you repeat the quote again? I just want to make sure I digested that completely.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. She accuses him of installing peepholes in the shower, and his inner monologue is, "I would never violate you so indirectly."
Holy crap!
Jesus Christ, that is the worst.
That is whoa, baby.
The truly evil thing that they've said
What's
on
that?
the show.
Is that better or worse than the English one where he says, "You win the battle, but I'm gonna win the war"?
I'm
Which
gonna
is
go
him
with
saying,
worse.
like, hey, I'm getting.
I mean,
you.
there's a
Jesus
certain context I
Christ.
think that you can apply to the English one, but no, this one is just there's no two ways about it.
Yeah, the second one is worse. The second one's way worse.
So, I'm developing a little pet theory about Dragon Ball Z based on our discussions of the show. We keep touching on how much they edited for the American version of Dragon Ball. I'm wondering if in creating Dragon Ball Z, they considered how big the American market for this was and tried to play down the stuff that wouldn't make it onto American TV. Is that possible, or does the timeline of importing the series not add up?
No.
Is your question if when they were producing the actual original
in
series?
creating Dragon Ball Z, it doesn't contain any of this, hypersexual, creepy shit. Or maybe there's some, but it's like so much
It does.
less.
It's just less, and then like it goes away.
Yeah,
'Cause
Yeah,
there's
I
always
think
like the fluffy
series
episodes.
focuses more on fighting and
The universe.
there's a certain
Well,
trajectory.
no, I know that. What what I'm suggesting is the possibility that it was a conscious decision to focus on fighting and omit all of the hypersexual stuff, because Dragon Ball itself starts moving more towards a fighting thing.
But when were the mangas written? Like how much earlier? I don't know how closely it follows them, but
That's another question.
I don't think the international audience is ever considered in any of these shows or any
Yeah.
of these.
So that
Manga.
basically answers it.
Yeah,
Cool.
I think they just roll
not
with
cool
it.
because of all the gross shit that they make, but thank you for answering my question.
Well, I think they just know that they can dub over whatever the fuck they want. So like, why would they care? They can just kind of.
Well,
Right.
true, except that you get scenarios like this episode where, we're not even into the ugliest shit, and I'm wondering how the fuck this ended up on any television.
Well, you just
on
have to
Earth.
edit in a clip art of some dollar bills when you have some hands in there and stuff. There are ways around it. All right, so
Okay,
so what's the conflict of this episode, or or at the beginning at least, they're just sitting down having some dinner. What's going on?
nothing quite yet. Well, after that conversation, they show Bulma showering for way too long.
Nice.
And it shows like a silhouette of her like through the
where
Through
is
the
it you get
curtain,
the
through the
sense
shower
that
curtain.
the inventors of the show are like on Team Oolong, that they're like yeah, I totally get why he would do this.
Yep.
Well, immediately after that, they zoom in on like some side boob and some ass, and it's not hidden at all. It's just there. She's just showering, and
this shower has a window to the outside of the bus too. Directly,
because Yamcha pulls up to the camper and he's like right outside the window and looks in and sees Bulma and immediately goes into a panic.
Yo,
she's naked and showering.
Don't you wish you could like take a shower while like having a great view though? That would be nice.
I like that she was immediately concerned about peoples, but doesn't ever mention that there's a giant window in the shower.
Inconsistencies, or the inconsistencies rather, of the show are pretty amazing sometimes.
Yeah, as long as it's a two-way street, you know, she's cool with it. So, having been concerned with the people, she's now showering. She's taking her sweet time, and the camera's taking its sweet time with her. And what occurs next?
So we cut outside to the outside of the bus. It's nighttime, and Shu and Mai make a reappearance.
Yeah.
Get out.
You remember our Pilaf's henchmen?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and they show up
in
in
the lady.
That's right. They show the dog
Two
and the lady
bitches.
show up in these. They show up in these grasshopper-like mechs
Oh,
that
sick.
just jump around.
Pilaf's got like unlimited resources. I don't know why What does this dude need to take over? I still
He's
don't
an
understand.
emperor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's got mad resources. No, as we've discussed, there are quite a few emperors in this program.
Yeah,
Right.
a lot of royalty.
Yeah. So
there's an emperor for everything.
So adding to the elements that are present in this world, in addition to speaking dinosaurs, shape-shifting weirdos, giant animals of the fish and pig variety, and capsules that can turn into homes, buses, and what have you. We now also have mechs of some grasshopper type configuration. I feel like I could picture these things.
We can throw up an image.
Yep.
around.
We're gonna have to later on.
It
So,
reminded me of something
this
that-
is the part where some over here. As I want to do, I'm Google image searching for these things. But oh yeah, sure. They're like little ball of things. These are hilarious. How is this?
So what are they doing in them? What are they looking for Dragon Balls? I'm guessing.
They're looking for the bus. Well, they know that the Goku and crew have the Dragon Balls. They
that's
have
right.
they have 5 or 6 at this point. I don't remember.
God, they're just racking it up, and they're so like lazy, like la-di-da about it, aren't they? They're like so close to getting like these things that are gonna summon a fucking dragon.
Yeah,
to
they
grant
don't
them
seem
any wish in
nearly
the-
as excited as like a rational individual would be if they were on the verge of
No.
unleashing a mystical being that can grant you an eternal wish.
If I felt like I was like on a road to collect $100, I would be like fucking skipping with joy. Like these guys are about to get like essentially unlimited power, and they're concerned about peoples. I'd be a little bit more focused on the prize here.
What would you wish for, Jug? Boom! Just
He
dropped it
already
on
said
board.
$100.
I had okay.
all of
right.
us, each one.
That's a good
You
question.
have all the Dragon Balls. What would you wish for?
I wish that they would fix the L train in Brooklyn.
Selfless.
See, this is a good one.
which,
This is a good one. You know, and I really got to put some time into this. You know, you can't just shoot from the hip when you're trying to
No, you're
decide
right.
what you're going to
Yeah,
ask
you
a
have to have a
dragon
quest
to
and think
grant you a
about
wish
it
for.
across the quest.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'll give you my impulse answer, and then we'll think about it, and we'll come back for the next episode, and we'll give our real answers.
Okay.
All right?
Sounds
So
fair.
right now, my impulse answer would be a refrigerator that is never not stocked with Dale's Pale Ale.
Whoa.
So I can just open it up, and there's Dale's. Fuck that High Life. There's just High Life in my refrigerator at all times, and no matter how High Life I take out, there's always more High Life in there.
Pretty good.
That's my answer.
Pretty good. Definitely
Like,
different from fixing the L train.
Down. Does anyone else have any wishes?
I was thinking more like unlimited natural resources or something like that. But yeah, that's stupid. Yeah. I don't know.
I got unlimited.
A giant
I got
pair
a
of
thing.
underwear. That's what I would vote. That's what I
There
would.
you go.
That's what I would. A pair of white panties.
that no pigs can steal.
Mhm.
So let's.
I just want to go to shape-shifting school.
Actually,
see,
yeah, that'd
that's
be
pretty
sick.
good.
too.
Actually, I would wish to have magic powers, probably.
Specifically, like the ability to
Just to
shape
perform
shift.
magic, and then I'd as like open-ended, and then I could do all sorts of magic. But yeah.
Just like go to like the Magic Castle in LA and perform there.
Just have a white
It's a great
tiger.
idea. Like this is what you ask for. The fucking like dragon of unlimited powers is like, so you just want to like saw
So
a
David
woman in
Blaine?
half. Fuck you can.
So it was
You want to know
successful.
how to pick a card from that somebody selected. Yeah. So the Shu and Mai show up. They're in mechs. They are there for the Dragon Balls. I assume there's some witty banter between the two of them.
There could be. It's been like
Not
3
that I
weeks since
remember.
the
It's
episode.
it's pretty quick. Like they just show up outside the camper, and then I think immediately they see Yamcha coming, and Mai
Well-
runs away and is like, "I'll go get help. You stay here." I don't remember what happens to them after that.
They get to the bus and they immediately whip out a device, like an explosive device, that can be attached to the bottom of the bus. And
Those scoundrels.
They're gonna blow up the bus.
so, right, yeah. So Shu,
Seems hasty.
attempts to stick this bomb underneath the bus, and he ends up gluing it to his hand.
Kid, you
And
done
so they
fucked up.
immediately panic. They immediately panic, and they don't know what to do. And I think that's when they see Yamcha and Porsche showing up.
So Yamcha and Puar, were they just like kind of hanging around, waiting for the people to, go to sleep or something? Were they walking around the bus looking for peepholes?
doing creepy stuff.
They-
Like
They
Were
just
doing
want
creepy stuff?
They in the last episode they denied having any capsules, and now that we definitely know that they do.
oh, true.
So they're
Forgot about
after
that.
those. So they're after those hoi poi capsules.
No,
No, they don't
is like
know. They don't know about the Dragon Balls, do they?
No, and as a matter of fact, neither does Oolong yet either.
Oh, really?
Right.
Yeah, this is the episode where they explain to him what they are, and he says that he wants all the women. Would be his wish.
Oh, really? See, I don't remember any of this. So let's talk about this. So let's go. So how is it discovered? How do Yamcha and Oolong respectively discover about the Dragon Balls? Because you just said this is when they both find out.
Well, it's
They-
when Oolong
Oolong
finds out,
does,
because
probably, right?
Goku explains it to him. I don't remember the context of how it happened, but I think he just directly tells him what they're doing.
Goku's probably like, this makes it so I can beat up anyone at any time. So that's all I care about is hurting people.
So Bulma's taking the shower, and then and Oolong kind of says, "Hey, why are you dragging me along? What are you after? What's your goal here?" And Goku just mindlessly tells him what the Dragon Balls are, how many they have, and where to find the next one.
So this happens when Bulma's in the shower. You said.
Right.
Mhm.
That's a
Preying
very
on
useful
Goku's weak
explanation.
mind.
And
Oolong's a manipulative
so,
little bugger, huh?
yeah,
Useful
And so
bit of dialogue.
Yamcha and Puar are hanging outside the bus, and they manage to eavesdrop.
It's
So
a very
I'm
popular
picturing a
bus
scenario
right
where
now.
like they're both like leaning against the bus, but like motioning so that you can tell based on their bodies that they're listening. and and I recommend that people do this in real life too. If you
Oh, yeah.
want to show that you're paying attention, like if your spouse or significant other is speaking, I highly recommend you doing Elodie's motion right there. People will be like, all right, I was worried that the person wasn't listening. Now that they have moved their body in such a way to indicate that they are now leaning in to maximize the amount of sound waves that they capture inside their ear, this is clearly a person engaged in this conversation. I respect that, and I'm glad that this person is around.
Yes.
So that's just one of the many lessons you can learn watching Dragon Ball. But anyway, they're listening. Meanwhile, so wait, there's a lot of shit going on outside of this bus. Okay, you've got some big fucking robots that are on their way over.
Yeah, it's a
But
very
they
popular
get
bus.
spooked. The robots get spooked, and they go hide behind what we described as giant teeth last episode. Right?
Yes.
Am I getting this? I'm picturing this. It's kind of like a tippy toe thing. You know that thing in
Absolutely.
cartoons when like robots tiptoe?
Yeah.
And it's like very ridiculous. That's what I'm assuming is happening. That's when Yamcha and Puar come around. They're outside. Gesture to indicate attention. Very useful dialogue occurring, intended for one person, overheard by another. Everyone's learning a lot. It's basically like one of those upstairs, downstairs type plays, full of hijinks. I'm loving it. But now all of these events are coming to a head, and most importantly, it sounds like, correct me if I'm wrong here, but it sounds like it's around time for Bulma to get out of that shower.
Not before Yamcha, catches her in there through the window. He kind of sneaks up while he's eavesdropping and sees her, and immediately goes into like shock. And that's when
she's naked.
Classic case of girl.
Yes.
Yeah.
He immediately decides that once he gets the Dragon Balls, his wish is to dispel his fear of women. So
selfish. Very selfish. That's a bad wish. That is something that can be overcome.
It's better for like really pathetic cases like Yamcha.
Hey, Yamcha leads a sad existence in some ways.
He's out in the fucking desert. His only friend is a flying cat.
Can you imagine like having to listen to that cat every day for your entire life? Like that voice. Oh my god.
Yeah, like day one cat, and you're like, what a cool little flying cat with a funny little voice. I bet this person's gonna be amazing. Day like 1.5, and you're like,
they're like best friends. How fickle do you think he is?
How many choices of best friends does he have?
Yeah,
he lives in a fucking desert. He's kind of like, you're around, I'm around. I guess we won't go literally insane from isolation. That's a positive.
It is implied that those two go back and have been through some stuff.
Listen,
I'd like to think that their friendship is founded on
the clearly beautiful bond that they share. I'm just saying that maybe this was not a bond that they chose to initiate, given the circumstances. They kind of had
desperate times call for desperate measures.
Yeah. For example,
is the voice that obnoxious in the Japanese version?
I don't think so. I can't really think of what it sounds like, but it's nowhere near as high pitched as the.
It's just like a dog whistle in the U.S. version.
Yeah.
Were you implying that the relationship between Yamcha and Puar is if you can't be with the one you love the one you're with situation? Is that what you're saying?
I think it started out that way. Much like a very arranged marriage that has stood the test of time. They started out strangers, became friends, became partners, and then learned love. I think that's what happened.
Man,
it is like the plot of
like
pretty much every Chinese movie I've ever seen. That things are not easy in life.
It's true.
And yet it requires a certain stoicism. And it is through that you find true beauty. I assume that is the plot of Pharaoh, My Concubine.
Yeah, you very well could be right. You could be wrong. It's 50-50, you know?
I could be wrong. But what I'm talking about is what I assume.
Okay. So, Yamcha sees Bulma all naked in the shower and loses his mind.
Yeah.
As you would.
So we get Oolong's inner monologue for what he would wish, and he'd either want. Actually, I don't know if it's an inner monologue. Maybe he just says he wishes for.
Outer monologue.
Yeah, what does he want? What's his wish?
He either wants
Puppies.
to wish for the cutest girl in the world or a warm pair of panties.
Wait. Seems like one
which
of
are
those
impossible
would be...
to achieve without the wish of an eternal dragon.
Wait, like when you say he wants a warm pair of panties.
Microwaves
what
don't
it
exist
says.
in this world.
Let's. I mean,
That's just
I
what he
won't
said.
even try to dissect all the issues of putting a living human being on equal value as an undergarment.
Like, yeah, he wouldn't settle for like the second cutest girl in the world as his second choice. It's either the cutest girl in the world or a warm pair of underwear.
Warm pair of panties. Neither are acceptable. But give you either the cutest. This is just short-sighted too. This is like the guy who asked for like $1 million because it's like a big number, and it's like, dude, ask for $1 trillion.
If I remember correctly, I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure that's not what he says his wish would be in the American version.
No, probably not.
He said it's just a bunch of girls.
Yeah, doesn't he say he wants like a harem?
Just a bunch of girls.
Yeah, which is basically what he had in his weird mansion that he conned.
He wants that back.
Yeah, he doesn't learn any of his lessons.
Yeah, I mean, that didn't even really work out for him very well.
You'd want that back now that you're living in a camper.
I guess that's true.
I mean,
but maybe not a cool Aerostream camper.
I don't know, yeah.
It's been featured recently
it's a
on
cartoon.
the Airbnb TV commercials.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Gosh. I mean, if you really want the most, what do we call this?
Scrump?
Scrump. If you want the most scrump living experience, and your home away from home is an Aerostream camper rented in upstate New York, where you can take in the Catskills, perhaps go to Dia Beacon while you're up there.
Sounds nice.
Really take a nice long hike over Storm King Mountain, and finish the day off with some nice craft beer, all in the comfort of your Airbnb.
Is there really a place called Storm King Mountain? That sounds like Dragon Ball stuff.
I know it does, right?
Yeah.
It's not really a mountain. They call it Storm King. There's an art center there. There's a very big hill.
Where is this?
It's in upstate New York. Upstate's kind of an exaggeration. It's in the Hudson Valley.
It's just not New York City.
North of New York City. Yeah. I'm literally pitching you guys on
I'm kind of
upstate
sold.
New York.
I'm very impressionable. Sounded delightful.
Let me get back to the plot. Do you guys want to see my impression of seeing a naked lady? All right, it's like this.
It's
my impression of seeing a naked lady.
Hold on.
Now, this is something I remember even from the Toonami run.
One of these?
And I'm surprised this didn't get edited out.
All right, guys. This is Elodie's impression of seeing a naked lady.
Pretty good,
This is Ben, your impression of seeing a naked lady. Okay.
You watched a lot of TV.
Yeah. So in the American version, he's just wishing for a lot of ladies, and you were saying you remember from watching it on Toonami that this happened.
Oh, just going back to Yamcha seeing Bulma in the shower. He ducks back down, and his eyes are wide open, and instead of pupils, he has nipples.
I don't get why he's like. I don't get why he's like injured. Not like injured, but like he's completely incapacitated when he sees her naked, which I think is so funny.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like when cartoon characters see money and they get the dollar sign eyes, but this is just
Oh
nipples.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. It's like that, yeah. I'm surprised that made it to American television, but yeah, that's just me.
Oh man, Jugdish, there are people, there are viewers who are slandering your good name and your virginity.
Oh,
there are a lot of jealous haters out there, but there's no question that I have had sex.
Yeah,
Nobody can question this, and I think if you ask the fellow panelists here, they will agree that I'm a sexman.
Yeah.
But we do need to kind of pick up the pace here because we've got a lot of TV show to cover.
man.
As is always the case, when we hit about 50 minutes in,
Yeah, what's going on? You guys said this. So far, this episode doesn't seem all that crazy. Like
we're getting there.
Okay.
Okay, let's get there, man.
All right.
It's about to go down.
So
Let me gather my thoughts here.
all right, so they've been thinking about what they were going to do with their Dragon Balls, and Yamcha's freaked out because he just saw a nude lady. It was very similar to the amazing impressions that we just performed. What do we got?
So now Yamcha and Puar's goal is to somehow get inside or wait for them to go to sleep so they can steal the Dragon Balls. Meanwhile, Bulma comes out of the shower back downstairs into the kitchen where Oolong and Goku are sitting, and Oolong is stirring these drinks. And he says,
Already, this is not creepy.
why don't you guys
Normal thing to do.
these? They'll make you strong. And so Goku immediately goes for it. Bulma thanks him, and he has another.
Why does Bulma need to be strong? She's got Goku around for that specific purpose.
I don't think she gives a shit.
No, I think he gave both of them the drinks, but Goku didn't want it for some reason.
That could be
and then
it,
the
yeah.
reason he gave was like, oh, this will make you stronger. So he just throws it back. But I think Bulma drinks it without question.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Bulma, listen, it's just not a good idea. Not that it's your fault. I'm not blaming you. Don't get me wrong here. This is that creep who gave you that beverage.
So,
But really, I would not take any. I would never take a cocktail prepared by a shape-shifting pig. That is one of my policies.
That's one of your rules.
That's one of my rules. That's just one of the things I believe. But so they drank the beverages, and I'm guessing that they soon find that that was a mistake.
Well, they don't realize anything is up, but they both immediately show signs of exhaustion. Bulma starts yawning and says, "Oh, I'm suddenly, for some reason, extremely tired. I need to go to bed."
There's been a
She's
lot.
like, I bet this bears no relationship to decisions I very recently made.
Hold on. Before we get into whatever it was that he slipped into drinks here, let us not forget that this pig was given a shit pill by these people.
Yeah,
So,
that's true.
You know, I'm just saying.
If we're going to condemn drugging your friends,
yeah,
I think we should at least point out that there's been a fair share of that going around.
who shot first? That's all I'm saying. Continue.
Yeah.
Duly noted.
Yeah.
Duly noted.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. So
Yeah, we're about to find out.
so Oolong has another inner monologue and says, "Ooh, I'll be right up to quote unquote feel you up."
The fuck? All right, okay, it's happened.
So how do you
Guys,
feel
I'm
about
done
that?
with Oolong.
Diapers?
All right, I am no longer Team Oolong. It is official. Oolong, you're not a good dude. All right, you're a creep. You got a lot to learn. You gotta grow up. You gotta be taught how to treat people with respect.
So
You definitely gotta stop drugging your friends and planning on molesting them.
he just wants to give her a hug. Is that what's going on?
Oh, we'll find
Well, I'm
out.
guessing, right?
So this is when
You have, like, a box
Yamcha
of popcorn
and
nearby?
Car sneak into the house, and they're looking for the Dragon Ball. So they head into the house and they open the door as Oolong is pulling back the sheets over Bulma, where she's completely naked in the bed.
Wait, Oolong is.
Sounds like they showed up.
Yeah, he's
just in
pulling
time.
back the sheets. Oh yeah, just in time. So I'll give you 30 seconds to defend Oolong.
He's bad.
I already
pig.
got rid of that guy.
I don't remember
Oolong's
this.
not
That's
like
really bad. So he was gonna. She's
That guy to the
naked, right?
curb.
Yeah, he legitimately tried to date rape Bulma.
Jesus fucking
Oh
Christ.
no.
Oh. This is
Yeah.
a show for children.
It's a
This is
kid
another thing
show.
that we should remind people, our viewers here, our fans. Even that fucking bitch lost Devine. That this is a show intended for children. Ostensibly.
I'm starting to doubt that very much, though.
So not only was that not changed in the English translation, but they changed it from a little boy's voice to a creepy old dude's voice, which only makes it worse, right?
All right.
Like,
Melody, we're
Bulma,
gonna
I want to
need-
touch you. It's like,
we're gonna need you to do the exact line, and now I'll get to feel you up.
oh, now I'll get to feel you up.
Jesus Christ. Awful.
Yeah, that's not
Awful.
good. That's definitely
It's
really
not
bad.
It's not good. It's uncomfortable.
So Yamcha
They
saves the
teach
day
people some really bad
inadvertently, is
stuff.
what you're saying.
Folks, this is what people mean when they use the term rape culture. So, thank God these guys showed up and interrupted this nonsense. I'm assuming some real shit hitting the fan types action is about to take
Yeah.
place, though.
I don't. You might remember better than I do, but I don't think they know what is going on. I don't think Yamcha understands what's happening.
No. So we've got Goku passed out at the table downstairs, and Oolong is nowhere to be found. So Yamcha and Puar assume that Oolong's either upstairs or he's gone, and the same goes for Bulma.
Mm-hmm.
So Oolong, meanwhile, upstairs hears the commotion downstairs and believes Goku actually is waking up and is going to, to discover what he's up to. So he pokes his head downstairs and he sees Goku, but what he doesn't realize is that it's Puar who is shapeshift into Goku in order to fool the real Bulma.
In the least convincing shapeshift of all time. Like, he looks absolutely nothing like Goku.
Right. The joke here is that they're both terrible at shapeshifting, and for whatever reason, Puar is terrible at shapeshifting. We can assume that Oolong's terrible because he flunked out of school.
Yeah, they don't explain. Oh, we lost Joe. Yeah, he was frozen there for a minute. I was wondering. Oh,
Yeah,
he's
my
back.
Wi-Fi cut out.
There we go.
Sorry, I'm
cool.
back. So I caught that Oolong had shapeshifted into Goku. Clever.
Right.
And
He just looked like kind of like a bloated version of Goku. If it was like
looking this
like
one up.
a pool
Oolong as Goku.
Oh, it's Puar as Goku.
Poor, yeah.
It's Puar as Goku. Got it.
Puar's coming up the stairs as Goku, and Oolong just thinks it's regular old Goku. And so Oolong, in order to fool Goku,
Yeah, this is pretty funny.
transforms into Bulma.
Oh my god.
But the Bulma that he turns into is like the same height as Oolong, so it's like this short, stocky-looking Bulma. That's just, these are the least convincing shapeshifts.
That's awesome.
I'm disappointed
so-
Oh my
that
god,
Puar
yes, I
is
found a
bad
picture of it.
at
It's
shapeshifting.
incredible.
Where does Puar get off? Earlier, talking shit on Oolong's shapeshifting
Puar's
game when
really
Puar is
bad at
not
it,
good at it
too.
either.
I think Puar is just
Jealous hater.
talking about his ability to his inability to hold the form more than 5 minutes.
Okay.
That's fair.
Not claiming.
He's like, I might suck, but at least I can suck for a bit longer duration than you can suck.
Right.
Yeah. It's
highs
fair.
and lows,
And so-
you know.
Yeah, highs and lows. Yep.
So they meet each other at the top of the stairs, and I forget exactly how this exchange happens, but Oolong as Bulma says that Bulma or Oolong went for a walk, and
For what?
He went for a smoke.
Yeah.
I think that's a more
Which is one of the
convincing.
many things you can do in and around your amazing Airstream trailer that you're renting through Airbnb. Enjoy beautiful Cold Springs, New York. A gorgeous place that, feels like the home that you always wish you could come back to.
Do we have a new
Anyway.
sponsor or something?
Guys, Casper mattresses.
I listen to the
If you don't
Stone
love
Cold
them, they'll
Steve
send you
Austin.
back.
I listen to the Stone Cold Steve Austin podcast every once in a while, which is just like, not something that.
Stone Cold has a podcast?
Oh, it's very entertaining.
What am I
I
doing with my
highly
life?
recommend you take a listen every once in a while. But he does like every
These
podcaster.
this
he does-
Casper money.
He does ads, right? And he does an ad, Sherry's Berries, like the chocolate covered strawberries. Oh man,
Uh-huh.
he does Sherry's Berries ads, and it's like probably my favorite 30 seconds in like the history
Stone
of time.
Cold doing Sherry's
So, I gotta
Berries
tell you,
ads.
a minute to tell you about Sherry's Berries, and he just like goes on, and does just like, oh, it's so good. I have half the dang
amazing.
things before I give them to Deborah at home. It's just like, oh god, you just need to listen to Stone Cold every day. Is basically what I'm trying to tell you.
I gotta get this.
Yeah.
We gotta have a moment during the playback of the podcast that we just play the audio of Stone Cold talking about Cherry's Berries. That's gonna be a YouTube exclusive piece of content.
That's a real thing. I just listen to any of Stone Cold's podcast episodes, and I'll be damned if you won't hear him talk about Sherry's Berries for a little
Just
while.
pull it up.
Hey,
Yeah, throw it up. Throw it up.
LOD.
when you-
Yeah.
I think you still have the price tag on the bottom of that wine glass.
Is that true?
Uh-oh.
Yep. Barcode.
So owned.
Yeah, that's not classy.
Oh, it's very close.
This is like
what?
uh,
At least
Midnight
you're classier
Encounter.
than people
No,
think
Midnight
Phil
what?
Collins is classy.
Midnight what?
Midnight Callers.
Midnight Callers. That's what this
Midnight
is.
Callers. That's what it was. Ooh la la. So that's really what's happening. Is we have a lot of people calling at midnight, including Puar and Yamcha.
Yeah.
And so Puar and Oolong are now having this sort of shitty shapeshift competition.
Right.
And what is the result? Like what happens?
What
The
transpires?
result is they both fool each other into thinking they are who they aren't, and
The
they-
result is that both of them are fucking idiots.
Yeah.
yeah.
This seems like objectively the case.
They both end up just leaving. They both end up just taking a walk outside. Puar as Goku says,
Shitty
"I need to
Bulma
show
and
you
shitty
something."
Goku.
And Oolong just follows because he thinks it's actually Goku. So they
Jesus
both
Christ.
just the exit scene. So
And then
So,
Yamcha heads upstairs to look for the Dragon Balls. And then he sees
and-
Bulma sleeping under the sheet, but he sees
Yeah.
her 2 tits like popped up a little bit, and he thinks they're Dragon Balls. So he
The worst
Oh
sight.
my god.
he goes to grab them and realizes what he's doing, and
Yeah.
then like freaks out and runs away.
It's just the shittiest sight gag you can imagine.
Jesus Christ. That is another thing that happens a lot in this show. Really, really contrived plot points. Like, I sometimes think that the guy who made Dragon Ball, he's like sitting there.
It's all a big
Yeah,
setup
he's-
so Yamcha can touch some boobs.
He's like,
That's
what
the
kind of
payoff.
story could I tell that would necessitate a lot of scenarios where people
Wait,
accidentally
hold-
grab boobs and
Let me
ass?
give you some plot points: date rape,
Okay.
molestation, bestiality. I need all of this to happen in a kids show format.
Also, yeah, I need it to be
Uh,
made for children. Yes.
So
how can I do this? And he's writing this down, and he's like,
So he
"It sounds like it
squeezes-
would be a pretty
he thinks they're-
fantastic world."
wait, why would if you were looking for Dragon Balls,
fantasy.
if you were looking for Dragon Balls and they were under a blanket, why would you squeeze the blanket? Like what?
Yeah, he's like, if these aren't Dragon Balls, they'll give when I squeeze.
Oh my god! And so what happens to him? Because it's Yamcha. Is
Well, he
just like,
says,
oh, He's like,
Does,
he says
does it, does
these
his
are a lot
hands turn into
softer than I
nipples
thought
now?
they would be.
Jesus
Good lord.
Christ almighty.
And then he pulls the blanket off, and he has a conniption fit.
does
Yeah.
the Dragon Ball.
Don't touch my. What was it? What was it? What was the name of the American version?
Keep your eye on the Dragon Balls or something.
Oh yeah,
Eye on the Dragon Balls.
Nobody did, and
One.
then they were boobs.
Two on the
They were
nose.
boobs all along.
Yeah.
I prefer.
Keep an eye on the Dragon Balls. In parentheses, folks, we're talking about titties here.
So it's titled Midnight Callers, but it's like Midnight Rapists,
Yeah, that's.
and they're just like sweeping it under the rug. Not even.
really
It's like right out in the open.
Yeah, that's a really poor euphemism that they chose. And the fact that they went euphemism on something so offensive as this. Anyway, so
what is that
he
the end?
freaks out.
no, that's not the end.
We're like halfway through this episode, I think.
Yeah.
No, we're close to the end here.
But so he freaks out.
Yeah, Yamcha and Puar kind of they take off. They retreat for the evening. There's nothing else they could do here because Yamcha is completely out. He's completely gone.
Right.
Right. But I think we kind
Wait. So when we're talking about gone, give me some sort of visual reference here. It sounds
they
like
kind
is
of just
he?
walk away.
But
Yamcha
he's just like
walks away.
is he catatonic? What's he doing, or is he just kind of
So-
like I'm fucking out of here? I just touched a woman.
I can't really imitate the voice he does in the Japanese version, but he kind of
He's
does
freaked out.
this weird. I don't know. It sounds like an elderly man, where he just repeats the same 2 words over and over again, and it's one breast, 2 breast, 1 breast, 2 breast, and he stumbles off into the desert.
It was all worth it. It was all worth it.
So,
That can't be
Just
what he.
yeah.
It's definitely
That
not
he
what he
literally-
says in the.
his obsession was the fact that there were 2 breasts.
yes.
Oh,
Oh,
my
boy.
god. So they're gone. Seems like crisis averted, but I'm guessing crisis is not averted.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Well,
We've got a bunch of robots hiding behind a big rocky
Yeah.
oh
toad.
yeah. So what we missed, what we kind of skipped ahead of Shu and Mai, who were trying to disable the bomb, and they were able to reset it for 8 in the morning. So
Oh, yeah.
so they don't have to worry about it for until 8 in the morning.
Guys, we're cool. We got at least 8 hours.
They're like, all right, we got 8 hours until this fucking bomb.
let's get
goes
some
off."
shut eye.
Yeah. Oh boy, am I poo.
Let's sleep on it. It's glued to his hand, right?
They're just like
Yeah.
really, really nonchalant about this explosive device. That
Well,
they
they're big
slapped
dummies.
onto
That's like their thing. They're like the comic relief of the show. That they always screw up and
God, like
Yeah.
trip
Trip over
over themselves.
themselves.
You're an idiot.
they have a mean boss who's just like, "You are idiots."
They do have a mean
Yeah.
boss.
Yeah.
I guess that when Emperor Pilaf is your boss and you can be tortured for anything, really, that the idea that you're going to bomb something might not seem that impressive. Like, you
Yeah.
live in a state of constant terror. So,
So
bombing somebody, well, that's just another day.
So
I could see where you'd be like, all right, time to turn in. Catch some Z's. Time to saw some logs.
need to be fully refreshed before I disarm this bomb.
Well, it kind of makes me wonder if anything, really terrible would happen if that bomb went off. Because I mean, you've seen these guys get electrocuted.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true, they're
People have
frequently
definitely
tortured.
gone through a
Yeah,
lot.
they're
They
frequently
kind of like
tortured.
make their skin black for a little bit, and they kind of look dusty and have that like
Yeah,
their
that
hair
thing, and
poops
like,
out.
yeah, their hair is like all frizzy, and they like.
Will
open
you
their
fall
mouth
into a
and
pile of ash?
Smoke comes out. Yeah,
So
What other
that
good
actually
cartoon
reminds me of
tropes?
something that happens later on in this episode. But
nice.
The next morning it opens up with Shu and Mai were able to somehow get the bomb off of Shu's hand, and they're able to affix it to the bottom of the bus.
Mm.
So they report back to Pilaf saying, "We fucked up last night, but now the whole situation's under control, so we got this."
Which raises
And then-
another question: if they make this bus like shrink back down to capsule size, does that shrink the size of the bomb? And does
I
that make
assume
sense?
so. I assume it shrinks down everything within the vicinity of the bus.
This
I'm not-
vintage Airstream that evokes, periods past when things were simpler. That experience that you can recapture just for, if only for one weekend.
Morning dew at 5:45 a.m.
Yep. they wake up and they've got so many plans, and most of them involve blowing things up.
Right.
So
We
What
get
are we
to
at?
see to see Oolong in his costume that he wears for the rest of the series with the white undershirt with the green suspenders.
Oh, nice. Yeah, his retired man outfit.
Yeah.
Nice. He's finally settled down. That's great.
And he's smoking a cigarette or drinking a coffee or doing both in the driver's seat of the bus here, and he's got his arm on a shotgun. And Bulma and Goku wake up and they find him like this. The previous night, Bulma had asked Oolong to wash her clothes, and he made some sort of.
wait, hold the phone.
This is what
the
you
most
find unbelievable.
preposterous thing. This is like it's somebody who's been robbing you to say, hey, I'm going away for the weekend. Could you keep the keys to my apartment? Like, he is specifically trying to steal her panties.
Mhm.
And he's like, I want you to wash my clothes.
Yep.
Guys, the writers of the show, I don't want to speak ill of them, but they might have been fucking idiots. But okay.
So
Sometimes this show really confuses me.
So he had made some inner monologue comment about how it's not a man's responsibility to wash someone's clothes. So if you thought this episode could get any worse, then you were right. But in the morning, she wakes up to ask him, "Did you wash my clothes?" And he tries to explain, "No, we were under attack last night. I didn't have time
Good
to wash your
excuse.
clothes." She doesn't understand, so she throws a fit. And then
I
he
would throw a
says,
fit
You know what? I do have some clothes you can change into."
Oh,
And
I
he tells her where
remember.
to find them.
Oh,
And she
God.
comes out wearing a bunny outfit.
Wait a second, of course. And wasn't she in this thing for a while?
Like the
Yes.
rest of the season.
What
Yeah,
the
pretty
fuck?
much. Because it's impossible to wash clothes at any point
Yeah.
after this night.
This,
Right.
Of all the contrived
Or just
insane things that have happened, this is probably the most fucking contrived and insane.
Yeah.
Would you rather wear like a degrading bunny outfit or just wear your dirty clothes?
By fucking
But
dirty
is that-
clothes.
I don't know,
Is
man.
that
Dirty
not
clothes are
an option?
scratchy sometimes.
Well, the thing
I
is,
appreciate
doesn't
a
just wear
good, clean pair of clothes. I'm sorry, I really do.
Yeah, I mean, yes, I like. Look, like we all like being clean. All right, we're a bunch of clean boys over here. All right,
Let's not joke around.
Tidy gentlemen, there's no question. We love a nice, fresh pair of slacks in the AM. All right, love it as much as the next man.
Some warm panties.
Yeah, some warm panties.
What's you guys' personal undershirt situation?
Guys, when it comes to undershirts,
You guys wear undershirts every day?
give me a deep neck beat.
Just
I'm not
curious.
wearing one presently.
I think it
actually.
says a lot about somebody.
So I
Feel free to
don't
not
like
comment.
wearing undershirts in general.
Okay.
I just don't.
Yeah.
I'm willing to ruin my shirts with my disgusting male sweat.
I'm a tank under tank top kind of guy.
Under tank top is pretty legit.
My
I
dad did it
definitely-
growing up.
And you just adopted the whole thing.
Oh, my mom got it
Completely
for me when I was
respect
little, and then it just became like a thing, and now I feel like weird without him. It's like getting a soft hug,
it. Uh-huh.
you know?
See, I have the other thing. I have the opposite problem, where I feel like if I'm wearing a shirt under my shirt, it feels like I got too much clothes on.
Yeah, you got double
Feels like
shirts.
it's
Sometimes
strenuous.
it's not time for a double shirt.
Case of two shirts.
Yeah.
Too many.
Classic issue.
Too many, IMO. Classic case. Classic case of two shirts. So, Bulma, on the other hand, takes the bunny suit route.
And she also wears the bunny ears on top of it too, because those are completely necessary.
Yeah, what the hell?
That
What?
people wouldn't know what it is.
You may as well complete the outfit. I mean, if you're gonna wear a bunny suit without question, like, you may as well just go all out.
Yeah,
Sure.
I guess that's kind of a good point.
There's no turning back. There's no half-ass in this.
No, that's just and I agree with that. I at least like her commitment because Bulma is nothing if not a committed person.
Definitely, without
One of the
question.
many attributes to admire about
Very,
her.
very
the
loyal.
the only intelligent. Though this does stretch the thing that we've been saying about her that she's the only intelligent character.
She's not
This
the
seems
only
like a bad
intelligent
decision.
character.
But I guess smart
So
people
is-
make that decision.
So was drinking like a drink made by someone that used to own children.
That was also a bad decision.
Pretty big
That
mistake.
was- Do not. That's another rule, just for any of our listeners out there. You know, you can learn a lot watching this podcast. One of the things is if somebody is handing you a beverage, take the time to first ask whether they ever stole and owned many children. If they did, just don't drink it. Just don't do it. It's a bad idea. It's probably a losing bet.
Even if it's a popular comedian, just don't
Even if
drink.
it's a popular comedian, just don't do it. Just don't do it. So meanwhile, she comes out in her bunny suit, and there's travels need to be done. I mean, we've got to get on the road.
Oh yeah. So she makes a comment about the outfit, and she says, "How did a little kid end up acting like a middle-aged pervert?"
That we're all
That's
wondering.
what everybody wants to know.
That's actually she's like speaking for the audience here.
Yeah. So as Oolong starts to drive, and they're on their way to Mount Frypan. If you
Great name.
forgot since last episode.
Great name.
Crudely called Mount Fire in the inferior American version.
Fire
Right.
Mountain. Yeah.
Fire Mountain.
Yamchu and Puara show up next to them, and they're on like an ATV sort of deal.
Okay, that's pretty chill.
And Yamcha's hanging out the side of the car with an RPG.
What?
Ugh.
What?
And Bulma's looking out the window saying, "Oh, look, it's that
Bad
cute guy."
What is the
Said
best
two
case
guys
scenario of
together.
him firing an RPG?
Where did he get one? He's not trained to use that.
I mean, it depends on your perspective. From his perspective,
He is not in
What
the
is he-
military.
the boss.
What is he
And
hoping for?
all the Dragon Balls fly in the air, and he like catches them in a sack or something.
Seems unlikely.
From our
that's the
perspective,
plan.
the best scenario is he misses.
Takes care of his girl problem too. He doesn't have to deal with having to look at
Yeah,
or
that's
talk to
true.
a girl anymore.
Yeah, just blow
Two
her
birds
up
with
with
an
an RPG.
One rocket
Killing-
propelled grenade.
Killing two birds with one stone. I like it. He's thinking
Yeah.
ahead.
Mm-hmm. Killing 3 passengers in one.
In one rocket.
Yep. So
So the bus blows up.
Oh, so
good.
direct hit. Nice shot.
direct hit.
Sorry I doubted you.
Goku and Oolong are okay.
Fucking
They're
bandit.
unscathed, but Bulma's knocked unconscious. And so
Killed by shrapnel, huh?
right.
She takes one to the chest.
Seems unlikely.
And that is how Bulma dies.
Bulma dies. Multiple lacerations in the heart and liver.
Yeah.
Slowly bled
Midnight
out.
Callers Part 1. The death of
Sepsis.
Bulma.
Sepsis.
At least nobody tried to rape her while she was unconscious this
Yeah,
time.
Jesus.
Yeah. In a way,
Things are
this is
getting
more
better.
dignity than she was afforded in life.
Yikes.
So we get round 2 of Goku versus Yamcha here, and
they're gonna fight.
it's not even a fight. It's not even a fight. Goku immediately destroys Yamcha.
Oh, because he just had food.
Yeah,
Yeah,
his
he's getting hungry.
stomach's full. So yeah.
Plus, he had a really good sleep. Thank
Right.
you, Oolong.
Yeah. Thank you, upstate New York.
Thank you. Beautiful,
Thank you, Airbnb.
wonderful air right by the water where the wind catches the mighty Hudson and gives you a nice gentle breeze as you rock away to sleep.
Sounds so delightful. The nice wood
That
fire
is a really nice place, I'm not gonna lie.
outside because it's
Yep.
a trailer.
So Goku
So-
beats the shit out of him.
Yeah, and he knocks out one of his teeth too, and so he's
Ooh.
The old
he's
money
really
maker.
vain. Yamcha is really vain. He starts immediately saying, "Oh no, my life is ruined. I've lost a tooth."
Oh boy.
And he's holding up a mirror and he's looking in the mirror.
Well, he's a pretty boy.
Um,
He's a pretty boy. He thinks he's all that.
Yeah,
Guys, it's almost as bad as if I lost a tooth.
Yeah.
The bandit hideout might not
It's
accept
proms tomorrow.
Exactly.
so again, Yamcha and Puar retreat. This sort of becomes a trend.
What a bunch of cowards.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's like their whole thing, right? Like they keep retreating.
Yamcha
Yeah.
is cool for approximately a half an episode of Dragon Ball
Yeah.
and Dragon Ball Z. Otherwise, he's
That's
just
amazing.
like,
I love those guys.
I tried to ride for Yamcha for the longest time because I felt bad, but like Yamcha is such a lame-o. Oh man.
Yes.
Yeah, he just never really improves, does he?
He has his moments. Every once in a while, he does something that's kind of clutch.
That's
He
true.
gets like 2 cool moments in 2 different tournaments,
Yeah, definitely.
Well, good for him.
and then he gets killed by a Cyberman. So
Yeah, that's so
Oh, yeah,
lame.
true.
And then Cell like rips him apart. Oh,
That's
pretty-
awesome.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Yep.
He gets punched through. Cell punches through him, doesn't he? If I remember correctly.
No, that's Android 20
Oh right.
or 20. Dr. Giro.
Right, that's right. Punches through him.
He's calling.
Did he willingly try to fight him, or is that one that they just found all the best fighters?
No, Yamcha's very brave. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Yamcha got impaled yelling, "Help! I found them!"
Yep.
And he gets impaled through the heart with a hand.
Well, ultimately that was a good move on his part. The dude was outclassed.
ridding the earth of
One,
himself.
No,
two,
Yamcha.
actually fight.
Yamcha definitely acknowledges basically throughout the entirety of Dragon Ball Z that he's like way out of his league when he's like
Yeah.
around hanging. And he's just like, he's
He's
just
not an arrogant man.
He just loves his friends and doesn't want to bail on them.
He's just constantly like, guys, I shouldn't be here. I gotta not die.
Yeah.
No,
Get
but he
outta here."
does. He does. He fights like every time and like usually dies, and then gets wished
He
back.
does become an incredible baseball player at one point.
That's true. I remember
He
that.
does, yeah.
Yeah, but he cares
So-
too much about Earth. So I'm sorry for talking shit about you, Yamcha, but you're
Yeah.
kind of a
Yeah.
lame-o for a while.
So, but he gets beaten up, and what happens then?
He retreats, and Goku, Oolong, and unconscious Bulma wander off into the desert, in search of Mount Frypan.
Ah,
And then, a little time goes by, and Shu and Mai they discover the remains of the bus, and they believe that it was their bomb that had, put it in its current state.
and why wouldn't they?
Yeah, it seems pretty reasonable.
So
Yeah.
naturally, they go in and look for the Dragon Balls when the actual bomb detonates. And like I had mentioned earlier,
Ah,
who had mentioned earlier, I think it was Gray Fox. Their skin is lightly charred, and that's just about it.
Was it 8:40 something a.m. when it went off? Is that the idea?
Oh, I think it went off right on time.
Oh god.
hey, pretty good.
Wait, how
Good
did the
job,
bomb
guys.
not
I think they
explode?
look at the
Yeah.
watch and they say, "Oh, it went off early."
Wait, how did it
And
not
then it
explode
blows
when the
up.
rocket hit it? I don't.
Classic
What is
gimmick.
this bomb made out of? This is pretty resolute
Adamantium.
bomb. Oh my God. How do they have? Emperor Pilaf has access to. He has a
Yeah,
lot
I
of
know.
resources.
All bets are off, folks. So
Yamcha and Puar roll up again, alongside Goku and company again, and they're still wandering through the desert. And he says, "I've had a change of heart. I want you guys to have this," and he throws them a capsule that contains a car. And he just says,
Curious.
"Well, see you later."
What's that
And
all
then
about?
Oolong says, "I don't trust it. I don't
Yeah,
trust
good
these
call.
guys." And Goku says, "You're not trusting enough." And they have an argument about who's too trusting and who's too naive.
Goku's
and,
very
one
naive.
thing to argue about, given the scenario.
Right. And then they ultimately just decide to get into the car and drive the rest of the way to Mount Frypan. And then it's revealed that Yamcha is tracking their location with his GPS. So, and that's how the episode ends.
Because fucking duh.
Where does
But, oh well.
Yamcha have access to a GPS tracker?
Bandit hideaway.
Especially in the 80s.
Yeah, it's
Got
like,
gear.
That has to be some like military technology back then.
Today's bandit does not head out into the world with not but a compass and a and one of those other sailing thingies that people use. I really wish I had the word for it.
what?
No, today's bandit is high tech. You go out there with all your gear, because otherwise, how are you going to compete in today's world of competitive banditry?
GPS minimum.
GPS.
And we're in a world of Siri now, in the cloud.
Fucking GPS. Everyone's on their iPhones.
Right.
All right, all day. It's like, hey, put down your
like,
technology. Why don't you fucking learn something about the world out there?
Dude, right? In my day, we used to go
Anyway.
outside.
Anyway.
What better place to
Anyway,
do?
but enough about millennials. All right, we're going to talk about Dragon Ball. So, this, I assume, concludes the episode.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're all done.
Well, guys, it only took us an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well,
Stuntman, I think you mentioned in your email that you forgot about some special surprise that you
Oh
had
yeah,
last
what's that all about?
oh yeah. You know what? Actually, I will get back to you on that.
week. Damn it. Sorry to
Surprise,
drum up
surprise.
the excitement.
No,
On
that's
the
all
one
right.
hand, I'm disappointed. On the other hand, I absolutely love surprises. So building up even bigger only makes me happier.
Yo, so I have the Dragon Ball soundtrack playing faintly in the background, basically throughout the entirety, and right now something is shredding. So it sounds
Oh my
like
god, I can't wait.
very
I can't
fitting
wait.
to go out on right now. It's been an absolute
Oh,
pleasure.
oh my God,
is it
do you
that
remember
Rock
the,
Dragon song?
No.
Yeah, the Dragon Ball Z American opening.
Rock the Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, I know the one
I
you're
love
talking
how I feel like everything in the 90s was audience tested with the presumption that people want things that rock. And
Oh, yeah.
it had to be incredibly aggressive and excited, but not like in an actually threatening way.
about. You know who
in a way
disagreed with
that,
that
like-
notion? Phil Collins.
Phil Collins would. But
I
Phil
remember-
ruled the 80s. By the time Dragon Ball Z comes out, this is a thoroughly 90s product.
Oh yeah.
That's true.
I remember just everything in the '90s being advertised as, everything cool was advertised as rock and roll or
or
surfer.
extreme.
Yeah, surfer or extreme.
Yeah.
Extreme. The word extreme. I think that people have not done enough analysis on the absolute saturation of the term extreme. The letter X and the word extreme, and how ubiquitous it was in the 90s, and what that says about our values there. Perhaps
Pepsi X. Was that a thing? This is probably a thing.
Quincy
right?
X sounds
Like there's like
events.
that was like probably a thing.
Yeah,
Yep.
definitely.
Every person's screen name in middle school had like 4 X's in it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That was the way to
Mine
go.
still has.
Yeah.
I like
least 7.
Vegeta.
Yeah. Well, guys, I'm really excited for the next episode. While our heroes may have lost their luxury beautiful Airstream, you don't have to lose yours.
This
You
episode
can
was as bad as
look
you guys
on
said it
Airbnb
was.
tonight and find an Airstream
know.
near you to stay in.
I think attempted rape is pretty bad.
No, it was.
Attempted rape is terrible, and this definitely was
I,
the
like,
most
don't remember this
disturbing, fucked up
episode at all.
episode.
And that's
that
like
we've
I think at least we could all be thankful it's just attempted rape and not actual rape.
ugh.
it's funny because, like, on the one hand, all of the stuff that they cut off does at times make it confusing what's going on in the episode. I mean, in the American version, right?
Sure.
And
I feel
yeah,
slightly vindicated though, because when we had Piro on, he was saying that he didn't think Oolong was that bad. And I remember
Yeah.
oh, yeah, he really is that bad.
Yeah,
he's
bad.
not good.
Yeah.
So I would like to have.
It's all uphill from here.
Hero back on.
Well, it has to be. Oh, uphill? Oh,
Yeah. No.
Yeah. There's a
Whichever one's good.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, whichever
So-
one's good.
Yeah. He doesn't get more rape.
I'm questioning it myself. I'm like, huh. Oh, yeah.
I don't think this analogy really applies in this.
So it's like, are you walking up the hill,
Situation.
or are you getting
Yeah, is
somewhere?
this a
I don't know.
Sisyphus situation? Like, what type of hill are we talking here?
Are your numbers going uphill? Are they going downhill? Downhill's
Talking-
bad. in
What
that
are we talking
scenario.
about for third quarter projections? All right, guys.
Stock projections.
That was
I like
fun.
when the numbers go like this. You can tell because I'm wearing a tie.
Yeah, your business. Good business today, Joe. Did a great job.
Business.
Uh,
Let's just close on that.
yeah, later, dudes. Good job.
See you guys.
Take it easy.